Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. We got some activity. Looks like Trump is speaking right now. And the market is popping off. Good morning, Roberta. Good morning, Paul. Everyone else, make sure you're saying what's up as you pop in this morning. We'll get our key levels situated. Very interesting day yesterday. First truly bearish trend day in quite a long time. Big gap left on the chart above us. And so far, we're bouncing here as Trump speaks this morning. I think the market is waiting to see whether Greenland is a taco kind of scenario or if there will be legitimate follow through there. Morning, Freedom. And Q doing the very same thing here. Nice little bounce up, but it does look like it's played out, right? Well, I don't know, actually. Could still be in play. Either way, we have the market open in about 3 minutes. We do have the pending home sales data out at 10 a.m. And maybe today will be the day when the Supreme Court gives its ruling on tariffs. I'm not holding my breath, though. We've had several heartbreaks already. Yeah, this ES trend very well could be a break and a new high right here. If we're drawing our trend to the bottom where it starts, going to the first swing, it does look like this closed outside. So I'm not too interested in taking a long right away. We'll see what the morning or the open brings, as it's already been pretty volatile today. Morning, Julian. Hey, Ed. Hey, Michael. Hey, Philip. Hit that like button while you're on your way in, too. Spread some joy this morning. I have a feeling this little downtrend's going to go a little deeper than we would expect. Once the bell rings, at least. Right now, we're just kind of pausing on the 21 EMA. And we'll want to have a chart of SPY up to see if we go and test the 50-day moving average, which is the institutional level we blew through yesterday's session. And if we close again below that, it's going to be a pretty bearish sign for the market. Now I have 30 seconds until the market open. Good morning, Tom. I almost would consider a double lower high if we get it here. There's the bell. We're opening below the 50-day moving average on SPY. And QQQ is well below its 50. Actually testing the 100-day moving average, which we did not quite close below yesterday. So that's a little bit interesting on the Qs. Speaking of the Qs, we got to bounce back above the EMA. This trend still looks intact on this chart. So if we get a higher low, I'll be interested in trading that. And because that's the deal on NQ, I'm going to also assume that that ES trend is still good to go. So yeah, we'll be watching for a higher low on either chart. Hey, Daryl. Hey, Pablo. What's up with y'all? All right, so here we're coming back to the 21. I don't like that close below. That's not what we're looking for. We wanted to see it act as support. So now I'm going to need to see a push above and a higher low again. Need a little break and retest. But so far, pretty bearish here. Good morning, Neil. ES looks like it is trying to get above the 21 there. I will take a higher low on that chart as well. Yeah, no chance for long here. Back below the 21 EMA. Not acting as support. Chopping sideways here. The market has not picked a direction yet. I will still consider a higher low if we start trading above that 21 EMA. Back below yet again. We got ourselves a tiny little range going on here. Hopefully we can break out of that soon. Oof, that's a really tempting bar right there. It's just coming in the middle of congestion. Okay, good. It didn't close well. I was going to tempt me to take it for sure. If there is no Supreme Court ruling today, guys, the most likely outcome is that we are just going to stay right here. We had a big move yesterday, and after the market moves like that, it typically tends to rest for a day or two. So with no catalyst, that's the most likely outcome, right? Is we just kind of chop around this general area, not breaking yesterday's high, not breaking yesterday's low, basically ranging in between these two extremes here. So unless there's a catalyst such as a Supreme Court ruling today, that is most likely our fate. There's a little push back above the moving average. Kind of breaking out of that little range too. So if we can get a pullback to the top of that range and a higher low right here, excuse my drawing, I'll be interested in taking a long NQ as well. We're back above the 21. This is what we were wanting. Now we just need that pullback to the EMA and the higher low. We'll get after it. Of course, since that's what we're looking for, the market's probably just going to go directly up, not give us a chance. ES had a spike up there, getting immediately reversed. All right, so we already had one attempt higher here on the S&P. It's actually looking pretty good for a trade if the market will behave. We pulled back to the EMA once, had one attempt higher. This is the second leg of the pullback. So if we get a bearish bar, or I mean, sorry, a bullish bar right here, that would be the long, but does not look like that's what's happening. Looks like we're about to close below the EMA. So yet again, we'll need a break above and a higher low. Sellers are active here. NQ is back down to the 100-day moving average. Institutional daily level. This is really all eyes are going to be on the price right here on the Qs. So if we blow down below this, we could be in for some bearish action. Right. Following this little downtrend here on the S&P, if there is follow through, we'll be looking for a short. Yeah, so far NQ is bouncing off that daily SMA for the Qs. ES still trading below the 50 SMA on SPY. All right, I like this pushback above the 21. I am yet again interested in a long trade. We just need the right bar. I will probably wait for a second entry. Good morning to everyone just coming in. Got about 50 people in here this morning and only 16 likes. That's very interesting. That means there's like 30 plus of you who are watching who don't like what you're watching. Yeah, you keep watching it. I think that's insanity. I think that's the definition of insanity. In all seriousness, no, a little click of the like button definitely helps the channel. I would appreciate that. As we're waiting for a setup right now, S&P not great for a setup. We had a little break and a new high here. I would assume that we're going to probably move back down. Overall, this is looking more and more like a range. S&P is coming up to that 50-day moving average from the bottom. This could get quite interesting. NQ already bouncing off of the 100-day. Every other time the past year that we've come down to this level, it's been a major bounce for the market. So we'll see if that pattern repeats, if shorts are going to get trapped and we get a big run up. But also for ES, this trend has played out. The larger uptrend we had here, break. Now we got a new high. So we'd also have to pause looking for longs for the time being. Overall bullish bias though, so I'm not interested in shorting. Yes, right on that 50. Could get a big reaction right here. Yeah, Nasdaq especially looking very strong off that major moving average. But the uptrend is played out now, so we do have to pause. Would assume that at least for a moment, the bears will have a chance to step in. But if we just keep making new high after new high, we'll have to adjust to some sort of wider channel. And so far, that's kind of what it's looking like here. ES is just now getting over the 50-day moving average. Watching to see if there's any follow through here. Watching this potential channel, seeing if we get some support at the EMA. And Q also looking like potentially has a secondary channel here. Which again, I'm just doing this for just in case, right? Because typically we would assume that the uptrend is played out and then we're going to get a move down. Which is the more likely scenario, but this is a possibility and we will find out if it is the case when we pull back and test the EMA. Yet another high made here. Bulls are coming out to play. Yes, another pop up too. Creating quite a bit of distance between prices and the EMA now. We may even have like a super wide channel like this. Looking pretty possible here. Again, just waiting for the pullback to see what happens. NQ getting pretty close to yesterday's high. It's already got through one major key level. Let's see if it can break through another. But as I predicted earlier, if we don't have a catalyst, we are most likely just going to be chopping around between yesterday's high and yesterday's low. And that still could come true. ES still between those two levels as well, but looking quite bullish. So when we get this pullback, we're going to be watching for a long. And yeah, we did have some home sale news just come out, but honestly, the market does not really care about that. It cares about tariffs and the situation in Greenland. And that's about it right now. If we had a Supreme Court ruling come out, that'd be fun. We might actually get somewhere today. Philip says, doubt they'll announce a ruling with Trump overseas. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not holding my breath on any particular day for them to make an announcement. They've failed us so many times already. Here we're getting that pullback, and let's see what the EMA has in store. Come on, baby. Let's see what happens at the 21. We need to see some support here. All right, so far a little bit of support here on the 21. We can come back to the EMA, get another bullish bar. I'll be looking to take that. But it looks like we're probably going to go straight up. Also, NQ has not even pulled back to the 21 yet, so could get a deeper pullback. ES already made a double top there, so we're going to have to pause looking for that short. Still watching the pullback on NQ. Not looking good on the S&P with that double top. We're just gonna have to be patient here. We'll see what the bears do here on the S&P. All uptrends, or sorry, not all uptrends. The most recent uptrend is played out. We don't have any real catalyst for this bounce. We'll see what the selling pressure is like. Well below the 21 here. Not really interested in shorting though, given the overall bullish bias. So see if this can play itself out, and then maybe we get a bounce. I'd be looking to go long right in here somewhere. NQ on its first pullback really for the entire session. See what happens at the 21 if we get some support. All right, I like that bar. That looks pretty good. See if we can get one more higher low. I'll take it on NQ. All right, here we go. Coming back down to the EMA. Let's see if we get a bullish bar. Drum roll, everybody. Come on, come on. See if this bar can turn around. Woo! That's what we want to see right there. That is what we want to see. See if this bar can close near its high, and then I will be taking a limit order. It's a pretty big bar. But it does need to close near its high first. All right, that's pretty decent. I think I'll take it, waiting to trigger, and then I'm going to drop a limit order a few ticks back to reduce my risk. It's a pretty big bar all by itself. So let's see if it can come back and fill us. Nope. Already got a new high. Dang. Well, if you took it right off the gate, you were rewarded with a nice little scalp, but I needed a little bit better risk to reward on that. Well, now NQ has a break in a new high. We'll have to pause there. ES got a second push up. This uptrend is undeniable. Hopefully we can get another setup before we get to yesterday's high. NQ is like at the top of its channel up here. So we actually really want to see this pullback. Otherwise, it's going to be an overshoot. It's going to get kind of messy price action wise. ES looks a lot better. It's respecting this channel well. It's like right in the middle of it. And we're just going to be looking for another setup here on a pullback. Here's the pullback. Let's see if the EMA can act as support. Let's go, let's go. Want to join in on this long. It's been good stuff so far. That correction is pretty strong though. It might go deeper than we would want. We would definitely expect that much on NQ, given that it's at the very top of this channel. All right, would really like this downtrend to actually play out here. The last time it didn't. We had this move down. Instead of getting a break in a new low, just immediate V-shaped reversal to a new high. It would set up a lot better if we could get, we have a break now, if we can get one more push down and then push up. That will increase our chances of success exponentially. But it's kind of looking like we're getting another V-shaped reversal off that. All right, well, let's see if we can get a higher low now. This uptrend is just relentless, man. Holy cow. Just get, all we're asking is to get back to the EMA. You know, it's not I don't feel like it's a big ask. Pretty straightforward. We just want the EMA to act as support. It's been pretty tricky to find a good entry here when our pullbacks are just slicing through the EMA, like as if they're gonna have some bearish follow through and then slicing right back up. All right, watching for a nice green bar. And we're below the 21 again. So, my good people of YouTube, we're clearly bullish, right? There's no reason to go short in this market. We just need to wait for a good bar. Since we closed below, oop, you know what? I'm gonna take this one here. If we can trigger above it. If we trigger above it, I'll drop a limit order back a little bit. If it makes a new low, though, I'm going to have to cancel this order. Ooh, it's close. Ah, it didn't technically trigger above, but I'm still going to take a chance here. If we can get filled. Jeez. Which we can't. My goodness. Well, hopefully some of y'all were able to get in that one. Didn't quite set up for me and didn't fill me on the way up. So a scalp's already been made. But uptrend's still in play, right? There's no change in that. We're just looking for any opportunity to go long. So stick on the long side. Wait for a pullback. Wait for a good bar at the 21. And we should have a good setup. So I am excited for trading the rest of the day with the Discord crew. If you do not have a community to trade with, seriously consider joining the Discord. Standard membership's only $35, and that's an insane price for what value you get. I will be calling it out play by play, what I'm looking for, setups I'm waiting for, breaking down the market context. A lot of great traders in there. And we have some good price action right now to trade the rest of the day. So I will see y'all over there. Looking forward to that. Everyone else, have a great day, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. Take care.